everybody, I'm Lindsay Geektron, and this is League Trends for the week of March 31st, 2015. This week's show is brought to you by Full Sail University. If you've ever considered working behind the scenes to create video games, Full Sail University offers programs that can prepare you for a future in the industry. Whether you're interested in coding, art, producing, or mobile game development, there's a game degree program at Full Sail University that can teach you the tools, tech, and workflow used by today's studios. They also offer a variety of campus and online degrees in fields that relate to the entertainment and media industry. Visit fullsail.edu/leaguetrends for more information. This week, our featured champions include Ryze, Ezreal, Ziggs, Irelia, Nautilus, and Nidalee. Again, poor Nidalee. Not poor Nidalee. Beers. Let's dive into Summoner's Rift. Our increased pick rates this week feature a veritable menagerie of champions. Nautilus, Ryze, Vayne, Cho'Gath, and Hecarim are of all kinds of shapes, sizes, and colors. He's back! Ryze is still probably slated for a rework, but in the meantime, he's been buffed back to some of his earlier strength. For those who don't remember, Ryze is a close-range mage that scales off of mana. He's a bully to many melee champions thanks to his point-and-click harass, but can struggle against mages with more range. Ryze's item builds give him both damage and tankiness. The trade-off is that he does very little damage without items, so players need to farm well to be relevant. This is easy enough later on with his abilities, but in the early game you need to save your mana. Try to get used to his auto-attack animations as best you can if you want to be a good Ryze player. The list for decreased pick rates this week is almost as staid as it gets. Lissandra, Ezreal, Sejuani, LeBlanc, and Jarvan 4 comprise. Ezreal's a fun champion with pretty stable popularity, so why the downturn now? It probably has to do with the tank meta. Ezreal's playstyle works better against squishy champions. He pokes enemies from long range before committing to fights. He's safe, but it does come at the cost of sustained auto-attack damage. Ezreal struggles to kill big Cinderhulk tanks in fights, and most of them don't really care about his poke either. Great Ez players will learn to flank the fight. His range and mobility allows him to sometimes sneak past the front line and hit enemy carries. This takes skill and experience though, so take it slow when learning to play like this. Other than that, Ezreal's the same as he always is. Time for a true display of skill. Buffs! Buffs all around! Increased win rates are here as a result for Veigar, Zilean, Ziggs, Ryze, and Elise. This'll be a blast! An ironic statement considering Ziggs was a year ago one of the most anti-fun champions in League. Throw bombs, clear the wave, throw more bombs. Losing the game? It don't matter, just keep clearing the wave and they'll give up eventually. Ziggs probably won't single-handedly stall games out today though. The Season 5 changes to Baron and the 5th Dragon make ending the game much easier. He's also a bit of a tricky champion to play now as the hitbox on his bouncing bomb got nerfed a while back. That said, he has more mana to play with now thanks to direct changes and a buff to his favorite Athene's Unholy Grail, so now he can afford to miss a few. Don't be surprised to see the Hexplosives expert soon. One top laner and 4 junglers are on our list of decreased win rates. Irelia, Evelynn, Sejuani, Warwick, and Shaco have taken a dive of late. Guys, it's happening! Better nerf Irelia is no longer a meme, it's reality! Something Morello. I don't know. During the World Championships last year, players discovered that maxing her Equilibrium Strike was very strong in short trades and made jungle ganks much more successful. It also helps when she's running around the map making plays with teleport. Many players decided that this playstyle was just a little too strong, and thus Irelia has been at the top of the bans list for much of this year. Riot has now nerfed the base damage on Equilibrium Strike, so it's possible that players will revert back to maxing her hit 10 style on hit damage. This can be a good idea against tanky champions that test your sustain, such as Sion. Equilibrium Strike is still a powerful CC with a short cooldown, so it may still be the preferred choice in ranged matchups to keep the target locked down. It's also strong against mobile melee champions such as Tryndamere or Riven. Keep an eye out for Irelia on the Rift. Sejuani took a small nerf in the most recent patch, but her ban rate is still climbing. Hecarim, Katarina, Sion, and Nautilus are here to complete the list. We featured Nautilus pretty recently, but that was under the assumption that he's a jungler. Silly us, he's a support! I mean, he's always been playable as a support, he just wasn't that great a one. The changes to his Riptide cooldown and mana cost mean more sustained damage and lockdown in skirmishes. Overall, Nautilus is kind of like Leona or Thresh. He's got a load of CC, builds tanky, and will be the primary engager for his team. His advantage over the other two is that his Depth Charge ultimate is a point-and-click ability, so it will always hit the target. It also has considerable range. There is a delay before it hits, but that can sometimes be an advantage. It gives your team time to react to the engage, and it's not like your opponents can dodge it. They do, however, get time to spread out and try not to hit their teammates. Surprise is over, so as strange as it sounds, keep an eye out for support Nautilus. Is this real life? Our decreased ban rates list is literally the same as it was last week. By Callista, Jarvan 4, Nidalee, and Bard. Hello again, Nidalee. It's so great seeing you every week. The reason we have Nidalee up again this week is because the meta is shifting heavily towards tanks and hypercarries. This gives Nidalee a unique place. The bad news for her is that she is most assuredly not a tank. She doesn't initiate and doesn't get that beefy even with a Rod of Ages. Playing against tanks with lots of CC also means she gets fewer chances to fight in her cougar form safely. However, Nidalee is exceptionally good at preying on late game tanks early game, be they in the jungle or in lane. She also provides an attack speed buff to her ADC, so she brings indirect damage to the team. On a late game carry such as Jinx or Kog'Maw, even a little extra attack speed adds up quick. Nidalee will stick around even though she's on the decreased ban rates list this week. Better keep dodging those spears. And that is it for this week's episode. Make sure you check back every Tuesday for the latest show. Like, comment, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Share this video around to all of your buddies so you can laugh at my sad jokes. Yeah, you know you wanna. And make sure you visit our sponsor. There's a link in the description below. You can clicky with your mousey. I'm Lindsay Geektron. You can find me on Twitch TV at Lindsay Geektron. Thanks everyone so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next week.